Welcome to Investors Insights, where today's topic is good data, bad debt. Guys, a lot going on. Earnings season is alive and well. 20% of the S&P 500 companies have reported so far. Most of them are beating. This week, we've got 160 S&P 500 companies reported earnings. So a lot going on. Adam, talk about the economic calendar this week.
Here at Five Plan Partners, we like to keep you informed. In saying that, we have these weekly vlogs. We also post some stuff on social media. If you don't follow us, we encourage you to do that. So one thing we put out yesterday was the economic calendar. This week on Wednesday, we have manufacturing and new home sales reports coming out. We think that's really important. On Thursday, we have the weekly jobless claims. On Friday, we have consumer confidence index, as well as third quarter GDP.
Yeah, third quarter GDP is important. Trey, talk about that.
Yeah, typically the first report of GDP is, it's oft reported, but then typically very wrong. And so this one takes on an extra level of importance though, because we have the midterm elections coming up in a few weeks. And I don't know if people have noticed, but both parties like to talk about the economic growth. One side saying it's not good, the other side saying it's fantastic, never been better. And so with the market that's so emotion driven like it is right now, for example, Bobby, you said that earnings have been great. And yet the market is down the last few weeks, down a lot. So if earnings are great, typically earnings drives the market. Clearly it's emotion. And so this GDP number will be extremely emotionally driven. People will take it and bounce it back and forth. If it's not as good as expected, then it'll be oft reported that this GDP, the economy is slowing and we need a big change. The market will sell off. Or if it's strong, then maybe it's too inflationary. And so it's going to be a really hot button issue. And I know typically people don't, outside of the economic world, don't talk about a quarter GDP print. But I think this one's going to be unique just because we have so much emotion in the market and so much, I think a lot of information wrapped around the election.
Yeah, 2 weeks away after that report. So that report's going to be huge. Then Ashley, so as investment advisors, we analyze the good, but we have to analyze the bad as well. And something that is concerning us is the student loan debt. Ashley, talk about that because it's concerning.
Oh, it's amazing. We're looking at some research by a great writer, Cabot Phillips, over the weekend on student loan debt. He tracks a lot of this, all of the United States around campuses. The student loan debt, and we're kind of beginning to ask ourselves, could this potentially be the formation of the next financial crisis? Now, we've talked about it a lot, but get some figures from his article here. Our total student loan debt in the United States is $1.5 trillion now with a T. And to give you some perspective on how large that is, the student loan debt in the United States is now larger than the GDP of 95% of the countries in the world. While we're sitting here doing this blog over 4 or 5 minutes, during that time, 1.2 million in student loan debt will be added. The main thing that concerns us in the 35-40% range is a little bit suspect about the repayment of that debt. A lot of it is guaranteed out by 2023. This could really be the next problem we're looking at. It's already dragging the economy in that the millennials that have this debt are on average spending $20 a day less, everybody, than people that age 10 years ago. And it's just pretty much taken out a wave of housing. I mean, usually by this time you would be buying a house, you're dealing with student debt and you're not doing it. We're really beginning to pay a lot of attention to this.
Yeah, that's a big number too.
Yeah,
More than
huge.
95% of the country.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's how big it's got.
So that's definitely concerning, something we're going to continue to watch for. A lot going on. We want to make sure that you're educated, so please call us, email us, come see us. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.